Hello, Rayquazer! So I got another OU match here with the same team because I just am too lazy to make another one at this point. And, yeah. As you can see, my opponent has a couple interesting things not usually run in OU. Well, actually just one interesting thing, which is Bisharp. You don't see Bisharp too often in OU. And, so, as for the LPs that I had been doing, yeah, I'm gonna get back to doing them because I was, like, super busy with work these last 2 weeks, but it's starting to slow down at work, so now I can get back to doing some of those LPs. In fact, I have Saturday off, so you might see a lot of videos coming up tomorrow. But we'll get to the battle. So he's going to lead off with Hydreigon. I'm going to lead off with Garchomp. At this point, I'm not sure if he's Scarfed or Specs, so I'm not going to risk it. So I put in Fortress, and after seeing this damage, I'm like, maybe he's Specs? Really, I probably should have ran damage calcs, because I know Fortress doesn't have like the greatest special defense unless you actually invest a little bit in it. So I probably should have ran damage calcs, but I didn't. So I legitimately thought that Hydreigon was Specs, which is going to end up messing with me a little bit later in the match. So I Volt Switch out into my Tornadus. Or Thundurus T. I always want to say Tornadus for whatever reason. I haven't used a Tornadus T in a long time. But I switch out into my Thundurus T, go for the Focus Blast. And why does he go for the Thunder Wave? Maybe he's just not used to seeing the Therian forms, but he went for Thunder Wave. So now he's going to switch into Espeon. And that Focus Blast did a lot because of a crit and special defense drop. I'm thinking maybe I could take him, but I don't really want to risk it. So I'm going to put in Jellicent because Jellicent is probably my best bet, except for the fact that he is carrying Psyshock, not Psychic, on this Espeon. So that's going to prove to be a little bit bad for me. But the good thing is I go for the Scald, and I'm going to, get a crit, which is going to easily allow me to take out the Ferrothorn, which is epically awesome. I actually got really lucky this match, not going to lie. So he goes for a Sword Stance, and then I'm going to go for a Scald, and here's what I mean by I got really lucky. First turn burn with a crit. What? What is this madness? Like, I'm never this lucky. You guys who've been watching me for a long time know there's a thing called Nick's Curse for a reason, and I'm getting lucky, which is strange. So I knew that, he'd die to burn next turn, so I decided to recover. Now he's going to go for Bisharp and a Sword. He's going to go for a Sword Stance with Bisharp. I'm going to go for a Scald again and get the burn again. Okay, this is weird. This never happens to me, but I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So I decided to bring in Fortress. I don't know, kind of as Death Fodder, kind of spin away this stuff. So he's going to go for Brick Break, and I easily tank that. So I go for the Rapid Spin, which is going to be great. Because, yeah, I like it. And then he's going to go for the... actually, I switch out. I know I use Fortress as Death Fodder at some point. But he goes for Night Slash. I was expecting him to go for the Brick Break. So he possibly predicted that. There's a chance that he did. And so I lose my Jellicent, which is kind of sad. Now I'm going to bring in my Mamoswine and go for the Ice Shard because I thought it would do a lot more damage than it actually ends up doing. And yeah, not quite the KO that I was hoping for. So I lose Mamoswine kind of stupidly because, now Mamoswine can die pretty fast. So I'm going to go for the Ice Shard just because I wanted that Axosaurus dead. Not really sure why he saved his Axosaurus for later. Yeah. So I'm going to go for the Ice Shard. And the annoying thing is, if I hadn't stayed in and taken that Brick Break, I would have survived this Fire Blast, because he's a Scarf set, not a Spec set. Of course, I thought he was a Spec set, so here's where I do something stupid. Because I think he's a Spec set, I bring in Genesect. And lose him! Yay for stupidity! So that was actually bad on my part. I actually did think he was a Spec set for whatever reason, instead of a Scarf set, so I lost Genesect needlessly, which is kind of stupid because I could have used Genesect later, although this is pretty much the match right here because I can just HP Ice the rest of his Pokemon and win it. So yeah, go Thunder's T. But yeah, that was kind of a derpy move, thinking he was Specs and not Scarf. I mean, yeah, thinking it was Specs and not Scarf when he turned out to not be Specs, so I brought in Genesect and bam. So, that was a bad move, but the rest of the match was pretty good, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and see ya next time.